63,500 Israelis evacuated from their homes. Businesses and the education of our children massively disrupted. Our cities, towns, kibbutzim, farms and villages bombarded with rockets and drones. No country in the world would put up with this assault. Some kibbutzim have been completely destroyed. Family homes have been destroyed. Farms have been devastated, livestock murdered, including 15 dairy cows just yesterday. Hezbollah has fired the Fadi rocket, named after a terrorist, with an 83-kilogram warhead of explosives and a range of 70 kilometers. 4 cruise missiles yesterday fired at us with their launchers hidden in family homes in southern Lebanon. Iranian UAVs used against Israel, but fired by terrorists and then sent to Russia for their war against Ukraine. On Friday, 120 Grad missiles fired at Israel, at Tzfat, the Golan Heights, the Upper Galilee, at Meron, at Nahariya. The night before last, Hezbollah fired 7 heavy Burkan rockets at the community of Metula, causing heavy damage to the residential buildings and a power outage in the hamlet. As the Prime Minister and the Defense Minister have made clear, Israel's patience is not inexhaustible. Let me share with you some of the measures the IDF has taken to get civilians out of harm's way in Lebanon. The IDF have sent pleas to mobile phones in key areas of Lebanon to get residents to protect themselves and move. The IDF has broadcast messages on Lebanese radio pleading with locals to move out of where Hezbollah hide their rockets and armaments. The IDF has established a website for residents of southern Lebanon. Now, Hezbollah endangers the people of Lebanon. They use civilians as human shields to hide its weaponry and carry out attacks against Israel from within that country. Israel could not be clearer to Lebanese civilians. If you live next to properties or homes in which Hezbollah is hiding its rocket launchers and weaponry, you should evacuate immediately. That's the end of our briefing here today. We'll now take your questions, which you should put in the chat, together with your news outlet. Thank you. First question here is from Joel Pollack at Breitbart News. Would you describe the current state of the conflict in the north as the third Lebanon war? Thank you for that question, Joel. Well, let me put it in the words of the Prime Minister when he said yesterday that on October 7th, the Hamas terrorist monsters burst into Israel, murdered our people, raped and beheaded our women, burnt babies alive and took 255 of our innocent people hostage, including people from the US, but other countries in Europe and South America, from all religions as well. A day later, on October 8th, another Iranian terrorist proxy, Hezbollah, attacked Israel completely unprovoked. They fired missiles and rockets into our cities. They made 63,500 Israelis leave their home along the Lebanon border, becoming refugees here in our own homeland. In the subsequent months, they haven't stopped, not for a single day, attacking us, not for a single day. No country can accept the wanton rocketing of its cities. We can't accept it either. As the Prime Minister's made clear, we will take whatever action is necessary to restore security and bring our people safely back to their homes. UN resolutions 1559 and 1701 demand it. They've never been implemented. Hezbollah needs to move behind the Litani River, and our northern border needs to be secured, which is precisely what is happening right now. We will always prefer a peaceful settlement through negotiations, but that has not borne fruit in 11 and a half months now. So Israel will do whatever it takes through diplomacy or through military means to secure our northern border. It's what any other country would do. Next question is from Celia Vastal from TV2 Norway. Israel has started an extensive response to Lebanon, told people to evacuate. Is it a declaration of war? What is the end game for Lebanon? Thank you for that question, Celia. Israel has a responsibility to defend its northern border. That is precisely what we are doing. Iran, of course, is behind Hezbollah. We know that any country which Iran gets involved in becomes a failed state. Lebanon is just such an example. Because of Iran's meddling through their local proxy, Hezbollah, the country has become a failed state. We believe that the majority of Lebanese people are against Hezbollah. Hezbollah need to be ejected from your politics, from your country, Lebanon, and peace needs to be restored to our northern border. We are doing precisely what any other country would do. Let me caveat that. No other country would wait for 11 and a half months to deal with this sort of aggression against our people. The days, as our representative in the United Nations, Danny Danon, has made clear, the days of people taking pot shots against Jews are over. Danny Danon makes quite clear, we have an army, we have a military, we have a mandate by our people to defend ourselves, and that is precisely what we will do.